I reached for it, and she kind of pulled it away a half an inch, and she goes, "I want to wish you a wonderful evening."
It's like, what is it, Christmas, dude?
Yeah, what are you, Santa's head motherfucking elf? I wish Samuel L. Jackson would pop up right behind me. Be like, you know we're in a motherfucking Cumbies, motherfucker.
Motherfucker. I thought you were going to say...
What's so motherfucking funny? True Sailing is dead. No, it is not. Welcome back to True Sailing, episode 30 or so. My name's Joe.
And I'm Jackson.
Let's set sail. It's our hottest episode yet. There's no doubt about that.
This episode is scorching.
Yeah. What did you tell me the thermostat was reading earlier?
91.
91.
And that's a humid 91, which I can't appreciate, like, barometric pressure. Like, that's a humid 91.
No. It's also, like, air quality. Like, being in here with two cats, if you're listening, Dave. Two cats.
Two cats, they pollute like three. They pollute the air like three.
Sometimes I breathe in here and I'm like, man, it feels like there's three cats in here with this air quality.
Dude, this apartment has the atmosphere of like a fucking car garage. Like, it feels like someone just let their exhaust just fucking pipe into this place, dude. It's so gross.
Yeah, it's good. It's nice and thick. Nice and thick air.
You can chew on this.
So if you hear us chewing or if you hear a fan in the background, it's because we're chewing on the air and there's a fan in the background. We got a bunch of sailing to get to today. Lots of sailing. I've been down in Connecticut. Yeah.
There's a ton
of sailing. I have a bunch of notes, and I feel like we're not going to get to them. I feel like we're going to get stuck on one thing, but that's okay because I pretty much don't have a lot to say about the place, Connecticut.
Where are you in Connecticut again? Because I don't think we addressed that formally.
New Haven area.
Oh, okay.
So I'm in a town called Shelton. It's like just west. It's like the Goffstown to Manchester. Except everything in Connecticut is way further away than things in Manchester.
Like, there's just more space.
Yeah.
Like, you just have the luxury of space in between shit.
But it's not, I don't know, dude. It's like not a bigger state. It's just like I don't know, man. They just like to spread shit out a little bit more than us. Like, when me and Jamie came down and visited this past week, and like we were going to a Barnes & Noble, and the closest one was like 28 minutes. And it's like,
Jesus fucking Christ,
it's like
dude.
we're like in town. Like, we're not like far out. Like,
are you like in society? What are you in the desert? 28 minutes to a fucking bookstore?
To the closest bookstore.
They're not a very well-educated people down there in Connecticut.
Not really, dude. The director of the movie that I'm working on, I was talking to him, like, because me and Jamie kind of like gently mentioned it of like, man, like being down here, like, you know, you'd be close to New York. Like, the town is like kind of nice. You know, there's a lot of like film work down here. Like,
is there
maybe
really?
I should look into. Yes and no. There's like, it's like New York light, but
I guess
light.
The proximity to New York obviously helps.
It's like cheaper to shoot in Connecticut than it is in New York. So like companies that are based in New York sometimes go to Connecticut. So I was throwing around the idea of like, you know, maybe this would be a good spot to land one day. And the director was like, I've lived here. He wasn't overhearing us. He like, this happened days apart. He was like, he just said that he had lived there for 22 years and still doesn't feel like home.
Really?
Yeah. He said,
well, in a good way, like it still has like an appeal, like a sex appeal, or
no, like he hates it.
Just feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, like he's like,
I've lived here 22 years and I haven't slept a wink.
Like, he's from California and he's like, let me tell you, I live in East Haven. I have a 3-story beach house. I have a balcony, a greenhouse, like built-in whatever, and I sit there and I sit on my balcony all day and I look out on the shore and I pretend I'm in California. He's like, that's all I do, and then I go outside and like, he said I forget. I wish I could like have him here to like quote him, but he said something along the lines of like, the people here are blank, they're blank, they're blank. He listed like these really mean things. He was like, and the best part is they have no idea. I was like,
that might be one of the meanest things you could say about a population. Is to rifle off 3 negative adjectives and then say they have no fucking clue either.
No clue. He's like,
they don't know how bad they are.
They're arrogant, they are stupid, they are rude, and they have no idea.
Well, we had a brush up with, you used to keep a Connecticut person abreast, right? We spent some time down there.
Sure.
I used to keep abreast, right? A mammary gland close to you.
1 or 2, sure.
No, but here, Haven, I spent one night there. I think, you know what might kind of like pollute the population of Connecticut is the fact that you have the two two of the largest casinos like outside of Vegas, probably. You know what I mean? Like that's got to influence. Like first of all, the tourists that pour in there are basically like siphoning the life force from your fucking city.
But they're not near the city though. Is the thing.
The casinos, they're spread out. They're probably like what?
They're like an hour outside New Haven.
Yeah, buck. So you can hardly say they're if something's an hour out from point A in Manchester or point A in New Hampshire, it's just not in New Hampshire then.
Yeah, no,
you know,
it's
you
like,
can't travel an hour in the same state of
it's
New
like
Hampshire.
saying like, I don't know, like all the people going to Bike Week in Laconia is ruining Manchester. It doesn't really correlate.
That doesn't ripple over.
Yeah, no.
Maybe, I don't know. There's
just people are just, they're rich there for one thing.
Yeah,
they're snooty.
fucking very snooty.
And then like the places that are poor are wicked poor.
Yeah, dude, my dad does a lot of work in Connecticut, and he says, dude, I can't. He's Manchester, Connecticut. Apparently, is like fucking rough. Like a lot of boxers come like congeal in a gutter down there and just fucking pull themselves up one day and
like
emerge.
Connecticut tattoos on their biceps. CT baby, 802 for life.
Manchester.
I think it's the 802. What? It doesn't
I don't know.
matter.
That's crazy.
It really doesn't matter.
That's crazy. No one's gonna fact check us.
No way. We usually get stuff right, so I'm sure that's right.
Yeah, we're pretty accurate on this show.
But yeah, dude, it like the whole trip, man. Well, 2 trips now. Weird in their own ways. They're both enjoyable. They've both been enjoyable, but they both. Sorry, the cats are in here, and they were just. You missed the whole thing going on there.
Yeah, I see it happening in my peripheral vision, and I'm just not addressing it.
Yeah, that's the best thing to
do.
do.
They could have like a gun
on.
aimed at my head or something. I would still just be like,
yeah, we'd have bigger problems on our hands if our cats had firearms.
The cats are equipping weapons.
2 cats.
Our 2 cats that pollute like 3.
A lot like 3.
About 3 cats.
So here's something that I wanted to talk about. This is stupid, but I have to pepper in some Cumberland Farms tales if we're going to be talking about going sailing. So naturally, I stopped there on my way down. This is my first trip down there. I stop at our fun little Scumbies down there.
We're talking Mast Road. Original.
No.
Oh, ours. Yeah, the new one.
The one that's 3 blocks that way,
dude.
The one we can throw a dart and hit.
Side note, yeah. So it's our. See, I haven't adopted it yet. We inherited. I have to just. That's our Cumbies now.
Like you're driving to one that's 10, 12 minutes away.
No, I've been going to this one.
Okay,
dude. There's a girl that transferred over from Mass Road. Erin, the one. Hi.
Yeah, customer service robot.
Yeah. Yes, dude.
CSR.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's her.
I saw her the other night.
She is far too fucking cheery, dude. Like, she went to hand me my bag once. And, like, I reached for it, and she kind of pulled it away a half an inch. And she goes, I want to wish you a wonderful evening.
It's like, what is it, Christmas, dude?
Yeah, what are you, Santa's head motherfucking elf? I wish Samuel L. Jackson would pop up right behind me. Be like, you know we're in a motherfucking Cumbies, motherfucker.
Motherfucker. I thought you were going to say...
What's so motherfucking funny?
Yes, I don't think... She'd probably malfunction if she met someone that negative. Yeah. Like that. Dude... When I saw her the other night, and she recognized me. And it was I've been in there a couple times. I hadn't seen her. Of course, she was working the primetime Wednesday shift, 4th of July weekend. Yeah. And she goes, "You look familiar." I'm like, "Yeah, you used to work at the one on Mass Road. Yeah, you're still doing the same shit 5 years later, right? You're still resignedly working at a gas station." And she's like, "Oh, well, you seemed like a really nice guy. Come again soon."
Well, thanks, I will.
Wow.
Wow. Toronto Raptors.
Like, dude, are your parents getting divorced or something? Like, what are you deflecting where you're putting up that? She has a shield, a force field of positivity.
Yeah, it's too much. But luckily, I didn't have her. I had the woman who's like racially neutral. You know who I'm talking about? The girl. She's like not quite. She's like an older lady. She's not quite a black woman. She's not quite Hispanic.
Is she not quite mixed too? Like, is it like it's some singular?
It's like she would say like, I'm from Papua New Guinea, and I'd be like, oh, I've never met anyone from. That's why you look brand new to me. But so I go up there. She's very nervous. She like gives me the feeling that I'm not gonna assume. I was gonna just say. I was gonna just assume a lot about the fucking woman I don't know. I was gonna be like, she definitely like had a drug history. But like, who knows? Maybe she could just have like crippling anxiety. Either way, this woman's a little off.
She's working at Cumbies. Like, if you're over 20, you probably made some bad decisions.
She could be like handicapped. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't know her story, but she's off. No doubt about that. What I do know is what I see, and what I see is somebody who's off. So this off woman is standing behind the counter, and I'm like, I just like to get 5 packs of L&M menthols, right? Because I'm heading to Connecticut. I'm not saying all this. This is me explaining this to you. So I'm going to Connecticut. I don't want to spend the prices down there. I'm just gearing up for
Literally
the week.
double.
Right? Yeah. So I'm just like, just 5 packs of that. And she goes, okay. And she's like ringing them up one by one. And it's like, 5, 6, 7 seconds of silence. Getting to a point where like I gotta say something. Yeah. And so I said, yeah, I'm loading up for the week, going down to Connecticut. It's not just
I don't have that bad of a habit.
Yeah. So I made the joke of like, they're not all for today. I'm just, heading down for a trip for a week, so figured I'd rather buy them here. And she went, that's fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
I would have preferred her to say, shut the fuck up.
Dude, I don't care.
I don't care. I'm going on a trip. I don't care. Here you go. I would have laughed at that.
Fine.
That's fine. I was like, oh, fuck me.
That's fine.
Whatever.
Did it sound like was it like, that's fine, just lie to me? Or that's fine, just slowly kill yourself?
It sounded like she was literally giving me permission. It sounded like she was like, that's fine. Like, you can buy them here. Like, it was somewhere between permission and I'm not really listening.
Yeah. Probably 50-50. Yeah. Probably half and half.
I think she wasn't listening, and therefore it sounded like permission.
And it equals like that plus that equals she doesn't fucking care.
No.
What was your response?
Nothing.
Did you laugh?
You have a good one.
I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
Thanks, and grabbed it and walked to my car and immediately wrote down Cumby's trip, 5 packs. That's fine.
Dude, you should have gone back in, like walk out and then go back in and be like, hey, do you have a road map that could get me to Connecticut? Because I'm heading to Manchester, Connecticut.
Did I mention that?
And the New Haven.
Kind of big time. Shooting a movie in CT land. Got anything for that?
Did your
got any tinsel in here?
Anyway, we have too much sailing to cover to go off on wild tangents. So you have an interaction that warranted a note, like a podcast note, immediately.
Yeah.
It's a bad interaction.
So I get down there. I'm in Plainville, Connecticut, which great name. And it's that's not where I'm staying. That's just like the exit I'm getting off. So my first taste of Connecticut is a sign at the bottom of the off ramp that says Plainville, Connecticut, and then the bottom in quotes, "We welcome your business."
Very which is economical
the most unfeeling. Not like welcome, have a good, enjoy it. Just thanks for giving us money. Give us money.
It's kind of like, or whatever your business is. If you're here to abduct someone. We welcome your business.
Thanks for paying paying state tax and city tax here. But we're in, so I'm staying in Shelton, right? I'm in an Airbnb that is, how do you put it? Bad, like not good. It's not good, dude. It's real small. Like, so.
Where are we talking, apartment?
We're talking like a split level house, like 10 Robin or Crockett, if half of the basement was converted into a guest suite.
Okay, so what is it, like 3 rooms?
2.
2 rooms?
2 and a bathroom.
Yeah, that's a small joint.
It is a bedroom, a living room, if you can call it that, and then a bathroom.
And the living room's just a space that is not a bedroom.
Yeah.
It's just like
it's a place with 2 couches with plastic on them.
Oh, nice.
And like a broken table.
Sounds
in the
like
middle.
They really welcome your business at this Airbnb.
I was very excited. And like Marcia, God bless you, Marcia, she sends me messages every evening. And she goes, "How is everything?" And I say, "Loving it. Thank you so much." And like, dude, so alarm number 1. When you open up the door to anywhere, unless it's a fucking hotel, and you open the front door and you're in the bedroom, bad sign.
My God.
Bad sign.
Wow, dude, are you serious?
Yeah, that was my first red flag. Flag number 2, no windows in the living room. It is just like landlocked in the middle of the house.
Yeah, this sounds like an internment camp or something.
Yeah,
wait,
bad.
Wow. So you have to walk through, is it the master bedroom you
enter? It's the only one.
What the fuck, dude? That's very weird.
It's very weird. So there's like the bed where I sleep. Peter has a blow-up thing in the living room. And then like this little bathroom. So we use that Airbnb to sleep, and that's it. We leave at like 8 in the morning. We get back at like 11 or 12 and just like go to bed, wake up, and leave. And like
it's a domicile. It is not. Yes. There's no entertainment going on there. There's no fucking sitting by a fireplace.
Nope.
It's let's turn off, let's turn on, and get the fuck out of here.
I think like the most time we've spent there was like Jamie came down to visit, and we like just needed to like set up camp somewhere to decide like what we were doing, where we were going, and we just like hung out there for like 20 minutes. And Peter was getting real antsy. He's like, "All right, man, I can't stay in here. Like, we gotta go."
What did we talk in square footage? Like 600, maybe? Like,
Dude, I couldn't tell you. It's a bedroom, probably the size of yours.
oh,
and
so it's
then
big.
Huge.
And there's a lot of women in there,
Yeah, there's hi, lady.
and they listen to rock and roll in there.
Yeah, rowdy in there. Oh, sorry, I have a cat. Sorry.
So smallish bedroom. She just continues. Yeah, so it's like a bedroom
Yeah, it's
size
like a
of yours, roughly.
Bedroom the size of yours, and then like a living room like about the size of ours, and a bathroom about the size of ours. And that's
small joint.
That's it.
It's probably
So,
a really old
small.
house if it's, what do you call that, colonial? Or like the
split
split?
level.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
probably,
split
I
level
feel
house.
like they ditched that blueprint pretty long ago.
I think it was like the 70s and 80s they were building a
It
shitload of
wasn't.
them.
It was like very retrograde
Yeah,
though.
dude.
Like
It
they're
was
like,
just
let's
like-
just make these forever. This is the
It was
greatest
like everyone was coming home
architecture.
from Vietnam, and they were like, "Oh shit, yeah, we need way more houses," and so they just like had one blueprint, and they were like, "Just go, go, go," and like just built them all at
It's
once.
a Project MK Ultra. They were just programming people to like split level houses. It's just
That's what, dude. It feels like there's never ever a time where someone could have looked at that and been like, "Oh, I love it."
yeah, because it's
Oh
so
my God.
unwelcoming. You're met with like inaction.
Yeah.
You have to climb or descend.
Yeah.
Like it's a fucking. I don't. It's
Feng
very
Shui.
unwelcoming.
Feng Shui, is that what it's called?
Feng Shui. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the
Like-
atmosphere and whatever the energy.
Yeah. One of the big like no-nos is like if you can see the stairs from the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm thinking my mind architecturally is like very limited. Because what's the alternative? It's like you walk in and you're met with like a staircase like 10 feet out, like a
You shouldn't be
staircase
able
that
to
a
see
prom
this.
night
If you're
girl.
talking Feng Shui rules,
Really?
shouldn't see them at all.
Yeah, I guess my dad's house you enter in the kitchen. But anyways, older design.
Yeah.
It's 80s. It's like parachute pants or some shit.
Yeah, so that's not great. But dude, the movie's pretty cool, man. The movie's
Yeah.
actually pretty cool. I will tell you, me and Peter have this on-running joke. We did not read the script for
Are you
a fucking
serious?
second. Yeah, just didn't read it. So sorry, Ben. I mean, you know that. You've got to know, Ben. Because like every day I'm like, so what are we shooting today? What's on the agenda? He's
Tell
like,
me about it. Just refresh me.
Yeah, and me and Peter, like after a scene, sometimes we'll look at each other and be like, "Man, I can't wait to see what this movie's about." This is, man. Once this all comes together, I think there's really going to be something here. Like, there was a scene the other day that we were shooting where someone said something, and I was like, like I audibly gasped.
That's
Like,
cool.
He was like, "Guys, he's my dad," and I was like, "Oh, no way." Is it really? I like looked
During
around and
filming.
nobody else looked shocked. I was like, I should know that. Should have.
Dude, if this was like Star Wars or something, it's like Luke and Darth Vader fighting. Cameraman's just like, oh no way! Oh whoa! What the fuck? He shoots lightning out of his hands. That's fucking crazy powerful.
He's so powerful. I liked your tweet the other day though.
I like,
Darth Vader is pretty powerful, but Luke Skywalker is also very powerful.
dude.
That was
They
good.
did like Star Wars 4th of July weekend, so I've just been. It's absorbing me, but.
Yeah.
I like the notion of not knowing what you're shooting
so
and reacting
funny.
to it because you're watching. That's as real time as you can get. Dude.
Yeah.
That's the greatest screen is being on set
Yeah.
filming the fucking movie.
Dude, I've never been on set where like people just aren't like heavily involved in the entire production. You know what I mean? Because I'm just like a mercenary that just like shows up on the day of the shoot and just like films it. Like every thing I've ever worked on, everyone who's there is like heavily involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the mountain. I'm thinking like.
Yeah.
I mean, even fucking like PAs, like everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone knew what was
Everyone
going
read the script.
on.
They knew exactly what was going on. They listened to the podcast about it. Like people knew what was up. So me being in the dark, pretty fun. I like it.
Yeah, that's got to be a cool
Yeah.
like switch up. So everything. I mean, I'd imagine like that's probably what it's like in Hollywood. Everything's really compartmentalized, where like everyone
needs
needs very
to know
specialized. Yeah.
basis, I'm sure. Because like, so me and Peter, one morning we get the set and we're shooting it in an abandoned school, which is pretty cool. And like, we're just hanging out, killing time because that's a lot of what being on set is just fucking sitting there
What
for
do they
3
say?
hours.
Hurry up to wait.
Hurry up and wait. And so me and Peter are standing there just killing time, and like we're listening to like New York, Frank Sinatra. And we're just like being goofballs. It's like dancing and like singing and like there's a xylophone and I'm trying to learn it, but it obviously sounds like ding, 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 dong, ding, 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 ding.
It's like a phonogram playing fucking New York, New York, but it's a miswritten phonogram. You got the wrong
it's a
disc.
real broken one. And I was like, man, dude, that would be so sick to be on set of a musical. Like, can you imagine, like, just like a full-on like musical scene, and you're like, like the crane drops, and you're like spinning like a handheld shot, and you're like getting in the middle of all these dancers, and it's like a choreographed shit going on.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And Peter was like, dude, like that'd be so sick. We gotta fucking do that. And then Ben walks over, and he's like, hey, like I want to talk to you about like what we're shooting today. And I was like, totally. He goes, okay, so we're gonna shoot the musical scene last. Just because the choreography is kind of getting done now.
Dude.
And I was like...
That's very God sign.
Yeah, I was like looking around, like, what, is that real? And it was. I'm shooting a musical.
Wait, so is it just one scene, or is that like a big...
It was just that day there was one musical scene.
No, but that's like a large, like, portion of the movie is musical?
Yeah, kind of. It's like... So the kids... It takes place from 1960 to 1964. And I know I said something other than that on the show before, but that's the truth.
So 60... Well, you also hadn't read the script, so you now know more about the project
I was judging
having
based
done
off
it.
the title.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So it's 60 to 64. They're in high school, and they're like a rock and roll band. And they're like kind of like a cappella too, like they're in chorus and shit, and it's them like starting to make a rock and roll band
It's like
out of it.
barbershop rock and roll, because that's all that, Buddy Holly was not
Pretty
fucking
much, it's like
plugged
Beach
into
Boys
an
shit.
amplifier. Yeah.
So it's like them doing that. So there's like scenes where like they're in the school singing, or like they're like at the talent show doing their songs and like
you
stuff
got a
like
talent
that.
show scene?
Yeah, we got a
Fuck,
talent
dude.
show scene. Yeah,
It's very quintessential.
and like
rock
the boys are
opera type
banned
thing.
from the talent show, but they go and perform anyway. And all the other, like the girl band is like, that's not right. The guys should be playing. Yeah.
That's rock and roll.
That's rock and roll,
You,
baby.
You play at a fucking talent show that you were banned from. That's
and then
rock
he
and
fucks
roll.
the lead singer fucks every girl in the girl band.
Really, right there
at
on
once.
stage.
Yeah. Well, in the bathroom. Yeah, he
very
like bends
rock
them
and roll.
over the four sinks and just. These are high school kids.
Jesus.
So it's
Christ.
not-
And that's how he lost his virginity. Was that very ceremonial?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking
So they
bend
wanted me
you
to bring
over
my
four
camera
sinks.
just to get slow mo of the sex scene. So getting off children is having sex.
Well, they're 18. They're seniors.
They're seniors.
Right?
Yes,
They're
they're
seniors.
seniors in
They're
the
seniors.
scene. Yeah. So, and it's also the 60s, man. No rules then, man.
Yeah, dude. Kids were
we've
having
been
sex
smoking
young.
inside everywhere we go.
That's got to feel good.
Oh, I'll tell you,
Well,
it
isn't
starts to suck. I understand why
Really?
that stopped happening. Because when you smoke 6 cigarettes in like a bathroom, you start to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm lightheaded. I can't imagine someone who like doesn't smoke. Like it doesn't feel. It
Yeah,
just
we're
feels
sitting here
nauseous.
complaining about 2 cats that produce the pollution of 3 cats. Imagine if we were fucking smoking 3 packs of cigarettes in here. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, dude. Yeah, imagine
Yeah.
like
no ventilation in this room. We lit a fire in this room. We set a guitar on
that-
fire.
Oh, dude, that's why
Yeah.
you guys lit the fire. That's
So
fucking
it's like
cool.
someone like throws a cigarette and whatever. And
Is it like he like sacrifices it, or it's like an accident? I don't want to.
no, it's like one of the bullies.
Oh.
Like takes his guitar and he's like, "Now you'll have the hottest band in town." My guitar! No.
That's a joint.
See you later, dork. Do they use Bozo a lot?
Really?
Yeah, makes me
down.
think of you, man.
Was Bozo the Clown around in the 60s? Yeah, probably 30s, maybe.
I have no
see him in
idea.
black and
I think
white.
it
Who
is like
is he?
60s.
Who the fuck is Bozo the Clown, dude? He has like Mickey Mouse type ubiquity as a
Yeah.
character. I have no fucking idea what. I
Like, who is
imagine
he
he did
associated
clown
with, you
shit.
mean?
Yeah, or like, what are the origins? Was he like a stage performer, like a real person? Was that a cartoon? I have no.
He was a
idea.
real person. He was a real person for sure, but I also think it might have become like an animated series or something.
Yeah, I think like I can picture almost like the Meyer Goldwyn. Like I can picture a cartoon head of Bozo,
Yeah.
like, "Hey kids, fucking."
But
like,
I think
opening
that
scene.
might have came later. I think
Yeah.
it was originally like an actual like show of like, hey
That's
kids,
haunted.
I'm Bozo the Clown. Yeah.
That's gonna
Get in
be
the van.
so haunted.
Yeah.
Imagine like, dude, that was comedy at one point. Was just a clown.
Yeah.
Like that was.
That guy looks silly.
He like he has shit on his face. He's in big shoes.
Look how big his shoes are.
That's fucking.
I like that clown has made a revival on the internet. I like that calling people clowns.
Oh, Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like that movement a lot. I'm down for that.
You can start bringing back Bozo,
Like,
dude.
people use like clown emojis. So
Oh,
like, yeah.
dude, is it from that meme? I don't know the origins of that meme, but the clown, it's like a 90s photograph. Looks like a fucking Polaroid, and it's like a clown typing on like a Windows 1 computer. What is that? Like, that was just circulating like fucking wildfire
It's just
a
another way
couple
of calling
weeks
somebody
ago.
a clown.
It's cool.
It's everywhere. I love it.
I like it because it's so innocent. It's
Yeah.
not. That's not derogatory.
Yeah.
Even a clown wouldn't take offense to that.
No.
I think it's just.
I like it a lot. Like, we were going through 60s insults to try to find out like what the bullies would say.
Yeah.
And I was really hoping clown would be in there. Candy ass was in there.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's like firefighter, dude.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I like
your
candy ass.
Sit your candy ass down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And it spawned a whole conversation about The Rock. Because The Rock used to say candy ass a lot. He used to say a lot of cool shit, man. Have you ever seen his, like, It Doesn't Matter? Because you weren't a big wrestling kid, right?
Yeah, no, dude, I really have no like standard for wrestling stuff. Like, I never. Your dad indoctrinates you to pop culture and shit. My dad, it wasn't on his radar at all.
I found it on my own. My parents weren't too thrilled. It was like right after I got a TV in my bedroom, I was flipping through the channels and found like a cage match between Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Like, this is so me.
Yeah.
So it's kind of rebellious. I feel like it comes from that same artery that's pumping Slipknot into you. You know, like at that time. Maybe
But
it was even a younger version of that.
Yeah, but my parents ended up like becoming okay with it. My dad would watch it with me and
Yeah,
like,
that's fucking
talk to me
cool.
about it. Like the same way him and I talk about baseball now, about like Chris Sale's got to step it up. He would be like, "What do you think? Do you think the Undertaker's going to win this week?" You know,
Dude, that's pretty. You introduced your dad to something. That's
Yep.
very rare. To get your dad's goat with some kind of like anything like that, like a genre of
I
something.
think it was
dude.
just like it was close to sports.
Yeah, I mean it's fucking ultra violence. Like any,
Yeah.
even when we were watching like Raw a couple years ago, like I have no metric for the sport. I don't know any of the fucking narratives or anything. But you're watching a dude beat another dude over the head with like a fucking lawnmower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I can get behind. Like, yes, this is objectively entertaining.
Yeah.
Like, is he gonna die?
Like especially back a couple years ago, before like any concussion protocol. We used to do
candy
backyard
asses.
wrestling. Concussion protocol or like CTE shit before we even knew what CTE was, let alone what it stood for. I still don't.
Yeah.
They just like, dude, it was insane. Like I remember Mick Foley often getting thrown into like piles of thumbtacks,
Jesus.
which doesn't have
Christ,
to do
dude.
with CTE or
No,
concussions.
but that's so fucking.
But like he would like roll around in like a bed of thumbtacks,
And
and
it's
like you
not
would
C-
see him bleeding through them and like them stuck in his flesh and like
Yeah, that's not CGI. That's not
Nope.
like augmented reality. That's real reality.
That's someone laying
real
in
fucking
thumbtacks.
Jesus Christ, dude.
yeah, and it's like cringy to think about.
There's like stunt men who know how to like take a fall, people who know how to throw a fake punch. I don't think they can teach you how to fake roll in a bed of thumbtacks.
No.
I don't think that's in the acting school repertoire.
I don't think there's a single thing that can prepare you for that.
it's a piercing object. It's a fucking thumbtack.
If you rolled around in a thorn bush, you're still not prepared.
No. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I just want to go on a bunch of tangents now.
But the fuck? But The Rock.
The Rock.
His
Yes.
he used to have this thing that was like it doesn't matter. Like that was one of his like taglines. He would like when in between matches when he's like talking with somebody in the ring or you know a video of him like backstage talking
Yeah.
to somebody, he would like pepper in a question like man, like big match coming up, like how do you feel about it? And as they start to answer, he'd be like, it doesn't matter how you feel.
Oh.
And it was, dude, it was bad ass.
Wait, so this is him. He's playing like the interloper. Like he'll just arrive at someone's fucking interview, cut in, like it doesn't matter. Like coming
Yeah.
from the background. Oh, dude,
Or like,
fucking.
or
that's
someone would
cool.
come out and challenge The Rock, and he'd be like, "Who are you?" And he'd be like, because it doesn't matter who you are." It was,
Jesus fucking Christ.
cool, dude. Liked The Rock a lot.
And he
scary.
did use candy ass a lot, even in
Yeah.
like his cameos and shit. Like even I don't know why I do know that. Like I think if you gave me 5 to 7 minutes to think of who has used that term, I would eventually. I think I'd arrive at The
Yeah.
Rock. It's so weird, dude. He's been so like he's really insulated himself from that world of like the ultra violence and all that shit. He's a very
Yeah.
and it's I guess I'd be physically intimidated by him.
I mean,
but
he
he's
still
not.
does like action movies and shit.
Yeah, but he's always saving his family or something. Like Wrestling Rock would just.
I mean, I haven't
Fucking-
seen I don't think I've seen a movie with The Rock in a while, so I don't know if I can speak to it. Because like,
You've seen,
I haven't seen the Fast and the Furious. I haven't seen
Yeah, no,
that fucking what's that spinoff? Holmes, not
Fast
Holmes and
7?
Watson, not Holmes and Watson. It's like Burbank and shitballs. What's their names?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
It's a Holmes and Watson. Let's just call it the Holmes.
Yeah,
and Watson.
what's the spin-off of Fast and Furious? Oh, Sherlock Holmes.
Yes. So
Um,
in that he plays Sherlock Holmes and he beats up a bunch of guys and jumps off buildings and stuff.
Yes.
And, yeah.
That'd be, The Rock is Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock's out for revenge.
Dude, what was that movie? I think one of the shittiest premises I've ever seen was he was in that movie where it's just called like Skyscraper. It's like his family's just in a really, really tall building.
I kinda
and it's
like-
falling down.
I kind of
He has to
like
get 'em out.
movies that are that simple of a premise.
Yeah, it's like B. It's campy. It's fucking.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just like, wow, you did a good job. You found a really good dumb thing that I might watch if I was on an airplane.
It's it almost feels like it's very insular. Like it feels like bottle episode-ish. Like
Yeah.
a name like that says, "Hey, you don't need to care about our characters. There's not really a bunch of development. Like you don't really need to have your heart invested in this. Here's just like a cool little story, and it's like treat it like a little short. That shouldn't
basically-
be over 2 hours.
Yeah, it's like 90 minutes of just an action scene. The
Yeah.
movie's all just one action scene, basically.
And you're
Like,
basically finding out what does he need to do, how will he do it, and then watching him do it.
yeah, what is he facing? It's like what did I forget this? They teach you that in English, but what is it like? The not the plot line, but what is that
Yeah, the
called?
story arc.
It's just the bell curve.
Yeah.
It's just up, like
Yeah.
apex comes back down, like
Just vroom,
resolves.
vroom. That's it.
None
There's
of
no
this
problems.
stupid
There's a
flatline
huge
shit.
problem. Problem solved.
There's a really tall problem,
Uh.
and it's actually a skyscraper falling down. And then it comes down. They
And
eventually
then it comes down.
Jesus Christ! Wow, they did a good job with that.
Yeah, that movie's fucking awesome.
to
Have
get-
you seen San Andreas
No,
with The Rock? Sorry, I
Dude.
can't stop talking about The Rock, man.
no, I haven't seen. It's like the earthquake. It's the San
Yeah.
Andreas fault.
Yeah,
Um,
movie sucks.
we should do like a really shitty rock movie marathon, like start in like the early
Oh,
2000s.
yeah.
Go back and visit like his introduction.
Like the Scorpion King.
Oh fuck! I
The
forgot about
Rundown,
that,
dude. Jumanji, which is a huge jump in time there. But
Yeah. It's about 15 years.
Yeah.
The Scorpion King, dude. What the? That is probably the most hyper masculine movie ever made,
Yeah.
dude. He's a warrior king, and he like his mattress is like 3 naked women just laying down, and they just live to serve him and fucking service him.
yeah.
It's just fucking grossly masculine.
I think that's what Game of Thrones based like the Dothraki people off of. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
is
The
that-
ones on horseback with like the curved swords and shit.
Yeah, it's almost like very like Prince of Persia or like
Yeah.
Egyptian influence. The Dothraki isn't. Who's that really beautiful blonde girl in the first episode?
Yeah, Khaleesi and yeah.
She gets like hooked up with a Dothraki guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the king.
Yeah, I could say
He's the Scorpion King.
He is the Scorpion
by
King.
The Rock.
The Rock. Reprising his role as the Scorpion King in the Game of Thrones chronology. The Rock.
Reprising his role as the Scorpion King in The Scorpion King in Game of Thrones.
There's 2 colons.
Okay, so
Should have read the book. Do you think the San Andreas fault is cracking? Real quick.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think that's fine. Whatever, let the planet do its thing, man. I don't know.
What the fuck are we gonna do? What are you gonna glue it? Are you gonna fucking tape
Yeah,
it
not that
down?
well, if you're The Rock, there's a plan. But I'm not going to spoil the movie
Don't
for
ruin
you.
it. Don't ruin it.
I'm not going to spoil the movie 2012 either.
I've seen that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, with John Cusack.
Is it? I
That
don't know.
Dude, yeah, the one where they go
I
on the
remember.
boats and they're just basically like
Yeah.
brace for impact.
Yeah.
They're like, we're just gonna go in these metal containers
fine.
and dude, that movie
They have a word for it. It's not like a barge.
It's called an arc.
An arc.
They call it an arc, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
We're gonna go on these this barge.
We'll just hang out on the
less
barges.
securing than- just hop on the barge. That movie actually alleviated a lot of my fears about 2012. Like, I'm really susceptible to, or I was as a kid. I was a hypochondriac and also very susceptible to like doomsday theories.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I was coherent enough to understand Y2K, I would have been shaking in my moon boots, dude. And the movie 2012 was so laughable that it actually alleviated a lot of my fears about 2012 and
That's the
about
right
2010.
response.
Yeah. It's like, okay, never mind. I was taking you serious for a second, but never mind.
Yeah, it's like if you were told like demons are real, they are here, and then you went and watched the movie like Sinister or like
Yeah, something. It's like
and you're
hyper.
oh, no,
If someone's doing
that couldn't possibly happen.
that's its worst form. Like someone's masquerading around as that.
That's what we think is gonna happen, because that's not gonna happen.
Dude, it destroys a certain innocence in you. You lose a piece of yourself when you lose a fear like that. You know what I mean? To be like,
I wish
oh,
that movie didn't
fuck.
come out so I could have been more scared.
like there is no divine anything. Like, wow, there is no God.
Nothing
There's no
ma-
2012. There's nothing supernatural. It's just life.
The
It's
Lord's
just-
not taking us now. He must not be
God-
up there.
God's not going to kill us because he doesn't exist. I wanted to ask you about, like, to get back to the movie. Is that okay? With
Yeah.
Time. Okay. So you're in the abandoned building.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, like, I know you've been spending a lot of time, like, in this school. Are there scenes outside of the school? Like,
Yeah.
what's another, like, what would you say is, like, a secondary location? Like, kid's house or
Their manager's office,
what are you guys using for that?
some office.
The commercial space you're just renting?
Yeah. We shot it in an alleyway. We shot outside of the school, which is a different school. We shot in a bowling alley where like they're
the
performing.
bowling alley. That's a really cool.
We've
The
shot,
cosmetics of that looked
Did I
really
say
cool.
alleyway?
You said an alley.
Yeah. God damn, man. We've shot some other places. I wish I could remember right now.
All kind of within the New Haven area,
Yeah, kind of like
like
I don't know,
Plainville or
dude.
whatever.
It sucks that on Airbnb you can't see exactly where you're gonna stay, because I wouldn't have stayed there.
Is that really a thing? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can't see the address till you book it, because like then you could just fucking show up or whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, that's a. Oh
It's-
yeah,
it's
I did.
someone's
Yeah.
home.
Yeah, but you could just pay $100 to do that then. If you were that nefarious a fucking
Yeah.
psychopath, you could just book it and be like, okay.
Yeah, I guess, but then they have your information. of
Yeah,
who
and
did
your
it.
money. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could get your money back, but they'd still see, like, some guy named Jackson had an order, he canceled it, and then,
And then
someone
that person
with New Hampshire
died.
plates was seen stabbing them
Yeah.
in the front yard 2 days later. Yeah, I'm a little far away from shit, but whatever. What are you going to do? Nothing, it all ends one day.
Makes for good sailing, and also blame it on the alcohol. No, blame it on like the fucking layout of Connecticut, because it is.
I am blaming Connecticut.
That's like hitting me. Like it was really spaced out, dude. Like
Yeah.
unnecessarily so, from what I remember.
I went to Foxwoods a couple times already.
Yeah, Jamie, that's fucking cool.
Too
dude.
many times already. I got to stop going.
Really?
Yeah. Three
many
times
times you
already.
done?
And
It's
I've been
not
down
too
there for
bad.
2 weeks.
And you have 2 or 3 more weeks on the
Two
docket.
more, probably 3 more, to be honest.
So
But-
at that rate, you'll go there like 6-7 times.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but how
And,
often are you down there and you enjoy it? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I do. I'm just losing money every time I go, dude. I've been playing blackjack a lot.
Really?
Yeah, blackjack's wicked fun, man.
Electronic, or you're sitting at a table?
Sitting at a
and
table
That's
with
cool.
a dealer and shit, dude. Feels cool. Feels
That's-
very cool. But like when me and Jamie have been there, like for one thing, like I don't have a room there, so like I can't really drink there because like we're driving somewhere.
Yeah.
And like when we've gone, it's been like the middle of the day, so I can't like have drinks there. And then
But you're also in the vacuum of a casino. Like fucking Jamie and I were talking about that. Like the whole
no windows shit.
Yeah, like it's like you might as well be on a fucking space station. Like you were. It's such its own world, especially Foxwoods, dude, with the mall and everything.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Like it. Even someone who's been there a lot, like it still gets me because we were there for a little bit, looked at our phones, and it was like 10 o'clock like at night, and we were like, don't know how that happened. Like we got here,
Yeah, did we
like
gamble
5,
a couple
like-
of our hours?
Yeah. Dude, it was nuts, man. And like, I don't know, man. Shit happens so fast in a casino, especially at a table, dude. Like, I went from like $40 to like $120, like that.
It's a nice.
And
little
like, I
bump.
didn't notice. And I went back down to like $20 and then had to walk away because I had $20 left and was like, was like, I just gotta get up and leave. Like, I'm gonna lose all my money.
Wow, so you went up 80, down 100.
Yeah.
I think that formula probably that just kind of encapsulates your experience at a casino. Anyone's go up 80, down 100, like whatever that ratio, 4 to 5, 4. I don't know.
Yeah.
About 80%.
There were guys trying to be too helpful at the table. That was a little.
Oh, that's kind of annoying.
It was annoying. Like, I appreciate it because, like, I do need a mentor at a table because I'm new to it, so I need somebody to say, like, hey man, etiquette. Like, Jamie had her phone out. They were like, hey, you're not allowed to have your phone out of the table. That's cool. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you'd rather not sit there and just be inadvertently the ass. You know what I mean? It's like if I have a booger hanging out, tell me I have a booger. You know what I mean? If I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah. So, like, I'll take some stuff, but, like, I don't know, dude. This guy overstepped a little bit. It wasn't what he said. It was like the number of times he interjected, I think. Because, like, the first time I, like, went to hit on something and I had, like, 13. And he was like, And I was like, what? He goes, you gotta, da-da-da-da-da. And, like, and just said all this. Like, I wouldn't hit there because of this and this and that. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was kind of nodded along.
Did it make sense? Like,
no, I didn't really hear him.
Oh.
So I was just kind of like, yeah, sure. And
it sounded like a very pensive okay. Like, you're like, oh, okay.
That's how I said it. I was
I
like,
didn't hear
oh,
a fucking thing.
interesting. Yeah, and Jamie leaned over and was like, what did he say? And I was like, don't know. I don't know, but he said it with a lot of confidence, and he has a lot more money than me, so I'll do what he says. And I did it, and I lost that hand. And then next, like 2 hands later, I went to, like, I went to hit on something, and he was like, yo, double down. And I looked at him, I looked at the dealer, and the dealer was like, I would. And I was like, really? He goes, wouldn't tell you to do anything I wouldn't do. And I was like, all right, sure. And I, like, doubled down, and then I lost, like, $30.
Oh, dude, fucking A.
Yeah.
Wow, that, like, frustrates me for you, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And then, like, a third thing happened where, like, I said, like, I was staying, and he gave me a look, and the dealer was like, are you sure? And they all kind of gave me a look of, like, I was like, sure. And I busted. And I was like, and Jamie leaned over and was
That's
like,
annoying.
hey, every time you do what they say, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
I know
fucked
that.
up.
I know. Like, yeah, I'm here. I see it. I know.
Like, yeah. You literally, it was 3
I just
strikes.
lost, like, $60 in the last minute and a half. I know.
Well, that's what's frustrating. Like, I feel like once you know, for a perfect stranger who's trying to advise you, like, you guys have no fucking foundation of a relationship or
Nothing.
whatever. This guy's giving you advice you didn't ask for. You don't fucking know this guy. And then now the dealer's chiming in, so you're being, like, double teamed, cornered.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the first time you did him the courtesy of giving him the benefit of the doubt, and I think you were staying, or
It doesn't
it was
matter.
the first,
Who knows?
The first time I take your advice as a perfect stranger and I lose because of it, guess what? You lost all of your leverage for the evening. I'm just gonna fucking play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the thing is, like, I kind of saw what he was saying, and, like, it did make sense, and it was kind of just like the fates were against me. But in my head, I was like, man, I'm sure what you're saying is right, and you've done this way more than me. But, like, I just need to learn. Now I need to make the mistakes and learn.
Yeah.
You've
And
imparted
it's
your
also-
wisdom. Now don't tell me what to do.
you need to, like, you're doing something new, so it's kind of like bang your head against the wall until you break through. And also, it's a game of chance. I could sit down and give you the worst. You could have fucking 20, and I could say, dude, double down.
Yeah.
And 1 out of 52 or whatever the fucking odds are, like, that might work. That doesn't mean I was right. Doesn't mean my advice was good or bad. It's a game of chance to some extent. But
to some extent, yeah. These guys, honestly, it felt kind of good that these guys did have advice to give. Not necessarily that they were giving it to me, but there was advice, made it feel a lot more like a game of skill than a game of chance, you know, which is just uplifting for somebody who really, really wants to believe that they can get good enough at something where they don't have to work for the rest of their life.
Dude, you can, though. I mean, I would say poker is probably more inherently a skill game. Yeah, it's very scary. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You're bringing, like,
There's
a
a poker
gun to a
room.
missile show.
Yeah.
There's
There's
a
a
high
poker-
rollers, right?
Yeah, there's a high rollers room and whatever, but, like, if you want to play poker anywhere in Foxwoods, you have to, like, you fucking, like, take an elevator and take a walkway and go over to the other building and go out back and, like, go around the atrium and, like, through a casino, and out back there's a big room that says poker room, and it's just like a big, like, it's like a ballroom. and there's just like a bunch of different tables set up everywhere, and that's where you have to go to play poker.
And that's minimum. That's
intimidating.
like, yeah, dude, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So I stood outside the door, just like hands on the glass. Jamie was like, "Do you want to go in?" I was like, I really want to, but I also wouldn't let anyone make me. Like, there's no way I would actually go in there. Terrifying, because I feel like I would sit down and they would be like, "All right, minimum 1,000 per hand."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd just get scared, and
that's what sucks is, I mean, there's that place in Seabrook, not to get like too far off the path, but
there's one in Manchester too.
Yeah, you should like kind of initiate yourself by going to these smaller rooms, because
How
it's just
legal are they?
Probably not very legal, because gambling's not legal in New Hampshire.
How are they open? It's
know.
like if there's
It's like
just
no one
a dispensary
noticed.
down the street, like selling weed and like some acid, and like it's like, how is this up?
It says like pot shop.
Yeah.
Cops are just driving by every day, like, we'll let it go. We don't need to check on that.
What is that place?
They're not causing any trouble.
And yeah, because like on the sign, on the one on South Willow, it says like casino, blackjack.
And the emblem is a fucking Joker.
Yeah.
The emblem is like Bozo in like fucking masquerade paint and
to
shit.
bring it full circle.
Yep. Nice callback. Dude, I was telling Jamie real quick. About our fucking the story, like the nice little nugget that we have from the time we went to Foxwoods when you left like your members card. You had just hit on an electronic slot and you left your members card in there to like continue to accumulate points or whatever. And you literally walked away for 5 seconds to tell me like, dude, come check this out. I just hit big. And the second you turned your back, this little old like senile like Asian lady had sat down at your game.
Yeah.
And she was like playing it. Your members card's still sitting in there. And I remember with one hand she was playing the game, and with the other she had like an orange prescription pill bottle filled with like Dove hand lotion, like brimming with
it was hand
Vaseline.
sanitizer.
Dude, but it was white and like viscous.
It was?
I thought it was, dude. Yeah,
It was lotion.
It was lotion.
Oh, I thought
dude.
it was sanitizer.
No, because it was she was smearing it all over the fucking screen like it was like cake she was decorating or some shit. And you're like, dude, I'm done with that game. I just want my player's card back. And I remember I like leaned around her, snagged it. But she was in between every play. She would dip her index into the fucking thing of lotion. It's like, Jesus Christ, you have calluses or something? What are you doing?
Just a really quick, vague racist statement, real quick.
It's totally fine.
Asian people that are actually from Asia that are here in America for like the first to third time, fucking weird. What weirdos, dude? Walking around with the masks on.
Oh yeah.
And like they'll just stop somewhere and point at something, and like they'll just stop right in front of you, like braking on the highway.
Dude,
like, what are you doing?
That's true. Yeah.
Dude, like that woman just sitting down at my fucking thing. Like, the
your
game's
card
going.
was in there. She know. Yeah,
Yeah.
It literally
like
was
an
probably
active
reading
game.
out like winner, 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 and she's like, oh, I'll just use this.
I'll
one.
just sit down here. Dude, they like I've seen them with like the bug hats on, like the beehive
Yes,
shits
dude, like the
on, with the
beehive
fly
thing.
screen shits on. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe it is like diseases are different over here, and like you do got to protect yourself like that.
Yeah,
but
like-
if I went over there and I was wearing that shit, call me a weirdo. But you won't see me
Yes.
there because I'm afraid of being called that. So, weirdos.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like you would hear a lot of giggling if you went over there, and we don't giggle at them.
Dude, do you remember Miss social studies teacher?
Oh, Miss
Byron.
Asian, Miss Byron.
Miss Asian lady, remember her? Yeah, Miss Byron, dude. Miss Byron was telling me that when she went to China, people would stop and ask her for pictures. Or
Dude, that's
people
what I was
would
gonna
see her-
say.
See other people taking pictures of her.
Yeah, they're crazy with like Asian people visiting America for the first time.
Yeah.
They'll take a picture of a fucking can of
Yeah.
soda sitting on the sidewalk, dude.
Yeah,
They'll
what
take a
the
picture
fuck?
of trash. It's like, why is this? Why does this need to be memorable for
Yeah.
you? What the fuck is compelling you to take a picture
But
of
it was
that?
like her specifically. Like, she was saying like that it's like the place that she was, it's like odd to see white people, period.
Yeah.
Let alone like an American in American clothes with an American accent. Like,
That's fucking
It was weird.
crazy,
People
dude.
were one coming up and thumbs up posing with her, and two she would just see people pointing cameras at her in the crowds and shit. And it was like,
She's like signing women's tits.
Yeah.
Signing babies.
and her husband is like 6'5".
yeah,
and,
I remember him being a pretty fucking big,
huge
husky dude.
like bigger than anybody there. So they're taking pictures of him and shit too, like standing next to him, like, oh look.
But being other
that weird?
human beings, there's got to be like a kernel of their being that understands we're
That's
just
not
taking
cool.
a picture with a rare human. Like, this is just a human. Just disproportionate to the
say-
people you typically see.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look, that's a big one. Like, what do you
Yeah.
collect them? It's literally
you
just saying,
collect 'em?
wow, that one's really big.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, I don't know, dude. It's also weird that there's not a cultural thing or societal thing that stops them from, I don't know, taking a fucking picture of a
Yeah.
stranger.
Because
That's
that's
weird.
easily misconstrued as like humiliating or.
If I saw someone taking a picture of me, I'd like step to them. Did you like how
You'd have to
intimidating
get
that
up
was?
in that ass.
Yeah, I'd say, hey, get lost, punk.
Take your camera with you.
Hey, take a hike, candy ass, jerk.
I step to you, but don't make me go any further.
My fofo makes sure all your kids don't grow.
And it turns out you're actually the rapper that wrote that line. That's why they're taking it.
Yeah, well, that ghost wrote it. Do you want to do the thing we do at the end of the show?
How are we going to get into it, man? My fofo make
make
sure
sure
all your kids don't grow. That's rap,
Rap,
that's hip-hop, that's jazz. Cat, what you listening to, Jack? It's Music Minute!
So here's what we're going to do this week on the Music Minute. We're going to do 3 different things. We're going to talk about the music that I've been listening to. Then we're going to talk about the music Jack's been listening to. Then we're going to put that music on the True Sailing Songs of the Summer. Vote for Poot Boot Juge.
Food for
Playlist
Poot
on
Buttigieg.
Spotify. You got to find it on Spotify.
You got to vote for Pete.
You got to vote for Pete. You got to go on Spotify if you want to hear these songs or listen to them elsewhere. So I got a couple,
Go to
man.
Spotify.
I've changed mine a couple times now. I'll tell you, I was gonna put on the new Post Malone and Young Thug song. Have you heard it? Goodbyes.
Oh, I saw like the teaser trailer. I have not heard it. Is it good?
No,
No.
I disliked it.
Really?
Yeah, which is like rare. I like all the Post stuff, so this was.
That sucks. I hope
Yeah.
he's not done. I hope
No,
he's not
it's my first thought,
mutated
too.
into something shitty.
It was pretty poppy, but he also does that thing where he'll put out a single, but he doesn't have an album ready for another year and a half.
Yeah.
So this might just be him
that's
being
true.
like just a money grab. You know, it might just be him like, I haven't put shit out in a while. I know I'll get a bunch of streams and downloads, so I'll put this out.
I
in
feel
the
like he's
meantime.
had singles like that where the song's not like dissonant to the finished like album product, but it's also not like the best
Of it.
like packaging of what the album represents or like how it sounds. So maybe this is like you're saying, maybe it's just an anomaly kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, because Rockstar came out like months and months before Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
Yeah, Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
And then same thing with White Iverson and Stoney. So that being said, I am gonna do another new rapper for a couple of these, or new rap music. Do you like that? Am I fitting in yet?
Rap
on the
music.
Music Minute. I'm trying
Yeah.
to fit in more.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
You are.
Hip hop.
Hip hop, dude.
Thinking.
You're stepping to it
Yeah?
right now. You're stepping to it.
Okay. Cool. So this guy's name is Lil Nasty X. Nasty little fella. I'm gonna do his song "Closure" or C7 Osier, depending on how you pronounce it or where you're from, your dialect. That song's wicked fucking good, dude. I've
Dude,
been
I
meaning to
haven't
show
heard
you
it.
that song.
Yeah,
I
I
sent
haven't
it
heard
to
it.
you on Twitter, but I didn't say, "Hey man, listen to this."
I
just
thought
sent
you were
it to
sending me.
It was,
Dude,
it
I thought
his
that was
gay
his
tweet.
gay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I
But
thought
did you
I was
listen to
supposed
the thing?
No, I
Okay.
thought I was just supposed to see like Lil Nas X comes out of the closet.
Yeah, I mean that too.
Which is not okay.
Yeah,
It's pretty fucked up.
Ooh.
Fucking psychopath, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah, holy shit.
Fuck that.
What's next? Marrying
gay?
fucking your dog, huh? Is that what's next?
No, I'm happy for him.
Yeah, cool.
He's living it now. I'm happy for him.
Yeah. Me too. I messaged him. I DM'd him. Nice dude. Fucking A. What was the song? Oh, Closure. Dude, it's wicked good. I really want to show it to you. That's the one that I'm like, that one would either get you or the second song on my Music Minute, which is Panini. That's the one.
Okay, that's also him, right?
Yeah. He gave a co-writing credit to Kurt Cobain on this because the chorus contains like some of the melody of the chorus to In Bloom.
Huh.
He's the one.
Yeah, but can
who
you
likes
like retroactively
heartbreak songs.
write a song? I think that's just sampling. I don't think you can retroactively write a song with someone. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you stole it, I guess their writing is still what's influencing the music. I don't know, man. He credited him as a co-writer rather than sampling him, which is interesting.
Dude, he's a very artful dude. Like,
He's
even
weird,
that
man.
decision is like, it's almost like performance art or something. That's very, because no one's ever done that before. I don't know.
No.
It'd be like if you sampled, or it'd be like if you sang fucking "Hit 'Em Up" by Tupac or whatever as like a chorus to one of your songs and credited him as a co-writer. I don't know. It's just interesting.
But it's not even the lyrics. It's just the melody.
Just the melody.
Yeah. It's one of those things that like you wouldn't notice it right away until you hear it a few times. And you're like, man, what does this fucking remind me of?
So he sampled the dude. That's fucking cool.
It's just
he
him
just
going like,
took the melody.
Da 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 da
Fuck.
da.
All right, I want to hear that, dude.
It's
That's
pretty
really
good.
cool.
So those two, and then I was back and forth on this last one. This one is one that, like, I'm mad at myself that I didn't put it on the playlist sooner just because it's such a fucking summer song to me. And that is going to be Give It Up by KC and the Sunshine Band, baby.
Oh,
who is coming
killer.
to the Hampton Beach Casino Ballroom this August in Hampton Beach, New Hampshire.
Dude, Casey plays the shit out of the ballroom, dude. I see him
Does
there
he?
every summer. Yeah, I don't know why.
Dude, I can't wait. I got us pit tickets.
Nice.
So
nice.
congratulations.
Oh, I don't like fighting. I don't
Well,
want to be in the pit.
I got you a helmet because we're going to be fighting. So that's my music minute. Jack, what do you got? What have you been listening to as you're taking a sip? What have you? I'll stall. What have you been listening to?
So I've been listening to a lot of romantic music. I've been masturbating a lot and listening to a lot of like old, just romance, oldies but goodies. So I don't know. This is really embarrassing. I don't know how to pronounce this band's name. Would you want to take a shot with me? Because it's either one of two things. Tell me what you think. So my first song is "Living for the Love of You."
Delphonics.
No, "Living for the Love
The
of You."
Isley Brothers?
Yes. Is it Isley or Isley?
I think it's the Isley brother. I think it's like Island. I think you'd say
Oh,
like
yeah, it'd be
Island.
silent S. Okay,
Maybe?
so "Living for the Love
The
of
Isley
You" by
brother? Isley
the
brother?
Isley. If
Sure.
you guys like the Isley Brothers, they did
Lizzie
"Footsteps
McGuire.
in the Dark."
Yes.
Yeah. Lizzie McGuire. "Living for the Love of You." I don't she's saying, I don't think I could really impersonate it now, but yeah, that's my first song. Very romantic song. This one
Wait,
is
what is the song called? I'm sorry.
"Living for the Love of You"
Living for the Love of You.
by the Isley Brothers. I think it is Isley.
Is that,
I think you're right. Living for the love of you. Yes,
That's not the one I'm thinking of.
They do
Yeah, I'm
"Footsteps in the
thinking
Dark,"
which
which
is-
is
yeah.
off of "It Was a Good Day."
Yeah.
Dude, I have another song I have to show you. I'm not going to use it for the music minute, but I found another like sample, I know that sample. So that's my first song. My second song, I don't know if this is already on the playlist.
Hit me.
"Love Street."
No. We don't have
I'd
anything
like to
by the
put
Doors
that
on there.
I'd like to put that on there.
Absolutely, man.
That song sounds like a dandelion. Like it
what?
just like
A
a dandelion.
They
Or
said a
just
dandelion.
beautiful flower. That sounds like a dandelion, dude.
Sounds like something Danny would say.
That's. But do you know what I mean? It sounds like a flower shop's anthem.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's very floral.
It would work in a musical.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. Oh
Yeah.
wow, yeah, like West Side Story or something like that.
If just like when two characters get alone, or if like he's like leaving her house.
And he's walking down the sidewalk,
Yeah.
and then it cuts
She
back to
lives
her,
on Love Street.
like brushing her hair, sitting on her bed.
Yeah. He's twirling an umbrella, but it's not. He stops and like kisses a dog or something.
Someone else's dog. Get on your hands and knees and just crawl up to it.
La 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 la.
Whew. All right, so
She's looking over her shoulder. Like, who the
yeah,
fuck?
that'll paralyze a person.
Is that Jim Morrison?
You even no matter who it is, you would not know how to react. That seems like it's some kind of crime to kiss someone else's bed.
Is it?
They're walking. It seems like some kind of form of assault or something.
Is it animal abuse to make out with someone's
I
dog?
guess that's where it would be. Make out. No.
Yeah, I mean, like get a bunch of tongue in there,
Just
dude.
really soak in the dog's tongue. Just really just bathe in it. Just
I mean, treat it like a human woman. Like really, really, like grab its cheeks and like hold its face and.
your dog's beautiful. You got a great. What a great pup.
Just drool all over your face. Anyway,
That's
you've
a
been
good-
listening
that's
to
a good
romantic
skip.
music?
Yeah, so "Love Street" is my second song, and then my third song, which you'll know this one, and this is almost like Beach Boys type, like no duh edition. Time of the Season by the Zombies.
Ooh, nice.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Pow, boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Yeah,
Give
cool.
it to me.
There we go. Well, we've talked about the music that we listen to. We've talked about The Rock in the movie Skyscraper, like always.
We went sailing. You took us to Connecticut,
yeah.
which is very spaced out.
Yes, which I always
so.
do, and it always is.
As we always do, as it always is, based off a pun. Get off the fucking boat.